You know, it's funny how the smallest discomforts can quietly steal the brightest parts of our day. We're taught to brave through the big storms of life. Heartbreaks, losses, changes, but it's often the simple, hidden struggles like digestive troubles that wear us down in silence. No one tells you that something as natural as needing relief can feel like a battle you never signed up for. If you found yourself feeling sluggish, heavy, or just not quite yourself, you're not alone. It's one of those unspoken things that so many of us face, but few ever really talk about. There's a quiet dignity in wanting to feel light, free, and comfortable in your own skin. And it's not something any of us should ever feel embarrassed about. Some may joke about it or brush it off, but the truth is, when your body feels stuck, your spirit does too. Movement, energy, ease. These are gifts we sometimes take for granted until they're not so easy anymore. And in this season of life, where every good day is a blessing worth savoring, feeling good matters more than ever. Through the years, I've come across simple, powerful wisdom passed down like treasured secrets. Food so naturally effective that many seniors quietly swear by them. Not the fads you see flashing across screens. Not miracle pills lined up on a pharmacy shelf, but real foods, humble and healing, offering relief the way nature intended. Today, we're going to lean into that quiet wisdom. We'll walk through 5 foods that have stood the test of time. Gentle, natural ways to invite ease back into your life without fuss, without fanfare. But before we step into that, I want to ask you something. When was the last time you truly listened to what your body was trying to tell you without judgment or impatience, but with real kindness? Take a moment. You deserve that kind of listening. Our bodies speak to us in whispers long before they ever raise their voice. A little tightness here, a little sluggishness there, gentle nudges that something inside us is yearning for a shift. And yet, in the busyness of even our quieter years, it's so easy to brush those whispers aside. We think it's just part of getting older. I'll get through it. But what if we didn't just get through it? What if we learned to answer those whispers, to meet them with care, with wisdom, and with the kind of gentle power that only life seasons can teach us? Imagine your body like a quiet garden at the close of summer. It doesn't demand anything. It simply needs tending. A little water here, a little nourishment there, and in return, it gives back beauty, strength, and resilience without asking for applause. That's the kind of relationship we're meant to have with ourselves, especially now. And here's the thing most don't tell you. Constipation isn't just about diet. It's also about honoring your rhythms. It's about slowing down enough to give your body what it truly needs instead of rushing it along like a stubborn old mule. I've seen the difference firsthand and heard countless stories of folks who, after struggling for weeks or even months, found lasting relief not through something new or complicated, but through old, faithful foods they returned to, almost like greeting an old friend. A handful of dried plums, prunes, soaked tenderly in warm water overnight. A small, golden bowl of oatmeal, slow-cooked until creamy and alive with comfort. A slice of ripe, juicy papaya glistening like the morning sun. Simple, healing, honest. These are not just foods. They're little acts of love. Quiet victories against a world that tells us we need a fancy solution for every simple problem. If you felt that heaviness inside, not just physically but emotionally too, know this, it's not weakness. It's simply your body asking for a little help. And there's real courage in listening to that. I'd love to know, have you ever found that certain foods became like old friends when you needed healing most? Feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the quiet encouragement someone else needs today. Now that we're standing together in this honest place, let's talk about what truly brings ease back into our bodies. Not just for a moment, but in a way that feels natural, effortless, and rooted. The foods seniors often swear by for instant relief aren't miracles. They're memory keepers. They're from a time when healing wasn't about chasing a cure, but about living in rhythm with the earth itself. Take prunes, for instance. Somewhere along the line, they got tucked away in the corner, forgotten like an old photograph in a drawer. But their power never faded. Rich in fiber, loaded with natural sorbitol, they gently coax the body back into motion without force or fanfare. It's not magic. It's nature being allowed to do what it was designed to do. Then there's oatmeal, a quiet champion Really, not flashy, not loud, just humble and steadfast. When you slow cook oatmeal, letting the oats open up and soften fully, you create a kind of nourishment that hugs your insides, lining everything with ease and comfort. It doesn't bully your body into moving, it invites it. And papaya, oh papaya, with its golden flesh and natural enzymes like papain, it works quietly, melting through what feels stuck, smoothing the way forward without drama. It's a tropical remedy for a very human problem, handed down through generations who trusted the wisdom of the land. These foods, these old allies, aren't just good for the body. They're so good for the soul. They remind us that we're not broken machines needing to be fixed. We're living gardens needing care, patience, and kindness. Sometimes, in the noise of modern life, it's tempting to reach for fast solutions, pills, powders, gadgets promising overnight fixes. And while there's no shame in seeking help, there's a deeper strength in remembering that our bodies, even now, know how to heal with the simplest gifts of the earth. Maybe part of growing older isn't about giving up ground, but about reclaiming ground, about standing firmly in what's real and timeless, instead of chasing every new thing that comes blowing down the road. If you're nodding along, maybe even feeling a small sense of relief just hearing this, know that you're not alone. You're part of a quiet, wise community who still believe in the slow magic of real living. The next time your body calls out for help, maybe you'll remember, sometimes the most powerful answers are the ones that taste sweet, feel familiar, and come wrapped in the gentlest kind of strength. Maybe, if we really listen, our bodies are trying to tell us something far bigger than just, I'm uncomfortable. Maybe they're whispering, slow down, come back to what's real. Trust me again, there's a deep kind of faith required to listen, to not bulldoze through discomfort, but instead to gently work with it. To sit down with a bowl of oatmeal or a handful of prunes and say, I'm on your side. It's a quiet partnership, and it's one that honors the life you've lived, not rushing to erase it, but feeding it, tending it, allowing it to thrive. When you think about it, every season of life brings its own language. In our younger days, we often spoke the language of speed, rushing here, rushing there, proud of how much we could juggle. But this season asks us to speak the language of wisdom, of choosing what nourishes, what endures, what brings peace instead of noise. There's no shame in needing help now and then. No shame in being human. There's only beauty in knowing you're still here, still learning, still rising each day with new opportunities to care for yourself with tenderness and quiet pride. Tonight, tomorrow, or whenever you next sit at your table, I hope you remember, you deserve a life of comfort, of ease, of joy even in the simplest of acts, like reaching for the foods that have never let you down. And if you have your own favorite remedy, your own time-tested comfort, I would truly love to hear about it. Share it with us in the comments below. You never know who your story might help. And if you find comfort in these kind of conversations, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you with us, walking this gentle path together. As the poet Rainer Maria Rilke once said, the only journey is the one within. And maybe that's the truth we're embracing tonight, that every small act of care, every kind choice, is part of a greater journey home to ourselves. Not rushing, not regretting, just growing deeper, softer, and stronger in the life we've been given.